Hey, what's up, Maurice? This is Adam. So, I've been trying your elshad system yesterday and I had so much fun playing this opening. I'm just average player, so I'm not crushing my opponents like you do in your videos. But still, I'm having some fun blundering pieces from time to time, but still finding tactics to win anyway. I played like 20 games and I was able to win maybe 10 of them, and I just wanted to show you 2 games just for fun to let you see. So here I'm playing white and I go for elshad, of course, and my opponent is just pushing pawns, so no problem, creating weaknesses as you said. Alright, so this is the typical elshad stuff. I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly, but anyway, this is how I played it. Here I push the pawn, I pin the knight, he unpinned, and then I decided to take his bishop and place my knight on the g5 square. I thought it will be better. Alright, he's preparing a castle. Now he's making some more weak squares. So I push my pawn, and now he castles and he lets me take this pawn for free. So that's nice, really nice of him. And now he's attacking my bishop, but I chose to first take the rook, and he takes the bishop with check. Okay, so I move my king to attack the knight. He takes the rook, I take the knight, and here he pushes pawn and attacks my knight. And I was like all about trying to find some tactics, and I see that this knight is not defended. So I was like, if I go queen here, he cannot take because I can take his queen and I will be attacking the knight. But I missed that he can take my knight with check, of course. Sorry. So he took my knight with check. So I was like, oops, I haven't noticed this. And I decided to take with my king and see if he wanted to trade queens. And he didn't want. He moved his queen to cover the knight. And I'm like, hey, I can push my passed pawn and he cannot take it because his knight will be hanging. So he goes to block the pawn with the rook, and I'm like, nice, this is what I was waiting for, some mistake of like this, and I fork his rook and the king. He blocks with knight, I take the rook. He blocks with queen, I take it because I'm making new queen anyway. And he was so nice that he walked into a checkmate like this. So this was checkmate. This was the first game I wanted to show you. And the other game, in this game I was really not paying attention and I hang my piece, as you will see, but I was still able to find tactics to win. So we go for the elshad again. Here I'm not sure if I play this correctly. I think I heard you in some video. You said that if it is possible to get tempo with this b pawn, that we should do it. So I did it. But what I forgot about is that now my queen is not covering this pawn. So I just hung a pawn for free. But anyway, I was still able to win it, and I had more games where I accidentally hang this pawn and I was still able to win. So maybe it will be, maybe the pawn is not so necessary. Maybe this is some kind of elshad gambit or something like that. So here I attack the knight, knight goes back, I develop bishop, I go for this knight maneuver, he attacks my queen. Alright, let's go forward. And here I just kind of assumed, I've seen a bunch of pieces together of mine, and I just assumed they all cover each other, and I forgot that moving this pawn I'm hanging my knight on g4 and he took it. Well, no problem. We push the pawn. He attacks our bishop, so I snap the knight right away. So because I want to preserve my light square bishop. And now we hit his knight. And I'm like, maybe I can somehow win his pawn on f4. So first bring the rook in. Now I don't remember why I played this move. And here I'm going for knight f5 to hit his queen and the other pawn. He lets me do it, and he has to somehow protect his pawn, so he moves his queen back. So now his queen is really passive, and I'm like, I should make my queen passive, active. So I took this pawn to deflect his bishop. He took the pawn, and now I can take this. And he goes for my rook, and I'm like, okay, let's let him have my rook, because I can recapture maybe with my queen, and I will have some attack here, because maybe he won't notice this. Okay, so that's what happened. He took the rook, I took the knight, and of course he sees my threat and moves his pawn. But I'm like, let's deflect this bishop once again. And now this was the blunder that I needed to win this game, because now I can give this check. He goes here, I give another check, he goes here, and I didn't notice that I can take the rook and I will just eat all of his pieces afterwards. But didn't matter. I gave another check, he moves here, and now I saw this tactic, so I tried it again, but this time he brings his king here, so his queen is now guarding the rook. But in this position I had mate in 2, which I didn't see, but of course if here, then this is mate, or even I can even go here, he takes the knight, and this is also mate. Well, I didn't see this, so after he moved his king, I thought, well, if I bring my rook to the game, there must be some kind of way to win this. Now he snaps the knight, but that doesn't matter because now it is also mate in 6. So I go check, he goes here, I snap the rook, and now all he can do really is to throw these pieces one by one to delay the checkmate. But he just resigned in this position. So it was a fun game, and I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think. And thanks you again for all the videos. I have to watch more of your videos to get better understanding of how to play this elshad system, but it's really great. So take care and bye.